Okay, good morning students to all of you. Today we are going to start with the group number 16 element. What we are going to start with the group number 16 element, as we are already doing the P block, as you know very well. So group number 16 elements we are going to start. Before going to start group number 16 element, I want to tell you one thing, that they are also called, group number 16 is also called chalcogens. What do you name them? These are also known as chalcogen. Chalcogen का मतलब होता है means they are ore forming elements. What they are? They are ore forming elements. Is that clear? So just remember there, the group number 16 elements are also known as chalcogens. Okay, now we are going to start with the group number 16. First of all, number one point is there about their occurrence. What is there, beta? First point that we are going to do about their occurrence, and whenever we are talking about their occurrence, then usually what is going to happening over there, you just see all of you. Number one, first point is occurrence, but I will tell you oxygen is the most abundant element. What is it? Most abundant element, and it is having near about 20.9% of the amount on the earth. And after that we are having a sulfur. Sulfur is the 16th most abundant element. Okay, and just remember after that selenium and the tellurium, they are always found in the traces, means their traces means their percentage is very less. The next one is their polonium. Next one is their polonium, and polonium usually we also find in only traces. Okay, I hope you all are getting my point, what I told you over there. And same way you can also write the percentage percentage of the sulfur also. Okay, sulfur is from 0.03 to 0.1. Clear? So this is about their existence. Is that clear? Then student, after that we have to start with the general characteristics. What we have to start? We have to start with the general characteristic. Okay, so whenever we are talking about the general characteristics, under the general characteristics we have to do the electronic configuration. What to do there? We have to write about their electronic configuration. So see, first of all we have written oxygen. Oxygen atomic number is 8. So what will be its configuration? Its configuration will be helium, then 2s2, 2p4. Okay, the next one is your sulfur. Its configuration will be 3s2, yes, 3p4. Next one is a selenium. Atomic number is 34. Now you see the difference. Difference is of 18. So that is why 3d orbital will be involved. Argon, here it is 3d10, then it is 4s2, then it is 4p4. Is that clear? Next one is we are having tellurium. What is it? Tellurium. Tellurium is atomic number is 52, and what we will use here now? Krypton. What we will use here? Krypton. Then again difference is of 18 between selenium and tellurium atomic number, so it will become, yes, 4d10, then it is 5s2, then 5p4. Is that clear to you, beta? Okay, last one is here, beta. Last one we are having polonium. You can see the difference between 52 and 84 is of 32. So therefore there is an involvement of f orbital. So what we are writing into that? We are usually writing xenon, and here it is. Here it will be 4F. What will be there? 4F14. Then it's 5D10, 5D10. Okay. Then after that, beta 6S2 and 6P4. 6S2 and 6P4. Is that clear? This is the configuration of all the elements of oxygen. Once again I will repeat you. Oxygen is having what? Oxygen is having 2s2 2p4 the helium. Sulfur is 3s2 3p4. Selenium is 3d10 4s2 4p4. Then tellurium is 4d10 5s2 5p4. Okay, last one is there polonium, in which xenon 4f14 is there, 5d10 6s2 6p4. Then what will be the general configuration, beta? Then general configuration will be ns2 np4. I hope it's clear to you. Okay. Then after that, beta, we are going to start with the atomic and the physical properties. What we are going to start with the atomic and physical properties. So under that, number one we are having atomic and ionic radii. As you know very well, beta, when we are moving in a period, means when we are moving from group number 15 to group number 16, then size is always decreases. Yes or no? I think you all are knowing very well. Size is always decreases. Why decreases? Because electrons are always added in the same shell. So that is why group number 15 is having a greater size than that of group number 16. Okay, because in the period size is decreases, and down the group size will increase, as you know very well, because electrons are added in the new shell. Okay student, after that we are having a second point is here about the ionization enthalpy. What is here, beta? About the ionization enthalpy. So whenever we are talking about the ionization enthalpy, everybody is knowing what is the meaning of ionization enthalpy. That is energy required to remove the electron from an isolated gaseous atom. And as you know very well, when we are moving, now only I told you, from group number 15 to group number 16, size is decreases. So that is why group number 16 should have high first ionization enthalpy than that of group number 15. Group number 16 should have high first ionization enthalpy than that of group number 15. But unexpectedly, what is there? But unexpectedly, what is there? That group number 16 is having, you can see there might be, group number 16 is having less ionization enthalpy than that of group number 15. Means group number 15 is having high ionization enthalpy. That I am going to explain you why this is happening there. Okay students, if we will see the electronic configuration of group number 15 and group number 16, then we will find out the answer of this one. You see, please, all of you, when we are writing group number configuration of group number 15, general configuration, that is ns2 and np3, and group number 16 is ns2 np4. Okay, so I think this thing is clear to you to all, that this is a half-filled configuration, half-filled and the stable configuration. Am I right? It is a half-filled and the stable configuration. So that is why removal of electron from this configuration is really difficult. But here in group number 16, it is not stable configuration. That is why unexpectedly group number 15 is having high first ionization enthalpy than group number 16. But whenever we are talking about the second ionization enthalpy, then what is happening there? Then group number 16 will be more than that of group number 15. The reason behind it is this one, that when we are removing electron from group number 15, then it will become np2, and from group number 16, then it will become np3. So after the removal of one electron beta, group number 15 will not have half filled configuration, and after the removal of one electron from 16 group number 16 will acquire the half filled configuration. Is that clear? That is why second ionization enthalpy of group number 16 is greater than that of group number 15. I hope you are getting my point. And student, one thing more is here, that whenever we are moving down the group, okay, whenever we are moving down the group ionization enthalpy will decrease. What will happen there? Because size is increases and ionization enthalpy is going to decrease. Is that clear to you? Okay student, now we are having after that next point is there, that is about the melting and boiling point. What is there? About the melting and boiling point. Student, you see, and all of us, we are knowing very well that group number 16 usually elements are non-metals. And what is happening there? As we move down the group, but in the non-metal, what is usually happening there? That van der Waals forces are increases. Magnitude of van der Waals forces increases. And when the magnitude of van der Waals forces are increases, then what will happen there? Then obviously melting and boiling point down the group will increase. Clear? The melting and boiling point will increase down the group. Next point is here, but we are having electronegativity. I think everybody is knowing what is the meaning of electronegativity. Electronegativity means tendency to attract the shared pair of electron towards itself. Tendency to attract shared pair of electron towards itself. Okay, now what they told, that group number 16 is having high electronegativity than group number 15. Why it is so? But I think you all are knowing very well why it is so. Because group number 16 is having a smaller size. Group number 16 is having a smaller size than that of group number 15. Group number 16 is having a smaller size than that of group number 15. Okay, and due to its smaller size, due to the small size, what will happen there? The element tendency to attract the electron will be more. Okay, and just remember one thing more, that they saying that oxygen is the most abundant element, second most electronegative element. Oxygen is the second most electronegative element of the periodic table, and down the group electronegativity is going to decrease. Why it is going to decrease? Because size increases, and as the size increases, electronegativity always decreases. Whenever we are talking about the metallic character, usually what we are saying, कि whenever we are moving, first of all, metallic character is depend upon the size. As you know very well, if the size is larger, then metallic character will also be greater. Okay, then what usually we are saying, that metallic character down the group should have to be increased. Okay, तो यहाँ पर बेटा गलत लिखा है, प्लीज चेंज इट शुड बी इंक्रीज. Okay, metallic character down the group should be increased, because when the size is increases, then tendency to lose the electron will also be increases. Okay, so just remember these things. And one thing more, but I will tell you, usually oxygen, sulfur, then selenium, then tellurium. Okay, these four are there. These four are usually non-metals. Okay, but non-metallic character is very much high. Okay, non-metallic character is very much high in the oxygen and sulfur because of their smaller size. Lesser, again I am saying you, non-metallic character is very much high in oxygen and sulfur, but in selenium and tellurium non-metallic character is less. Okay, and just remember that the polonium is a radioactive element and it's short lived. Polonium is a radioactive element and it is a short lived. Clear? Okay student, after that we are having next point is here, that is about the electron gain enthalpy. What is it? About the electron gain enthalpy. And whenever we are talking about the electron gain enthalpy, usually what we are saying, but the electron gain enthalpy decreases down the group. Electron gain enthalpy is decreases down the group. As we know very well, size is increases. So it means oxygen is there, sulfur is there, selenium is there, then tellurium is there. So what usually we are saying, that electron gain enthalpy is decreases, but unexpectedly. It means oxygen should have a least electron gain enthalpy, but unexpectedly this oxygen is having high electron gain enthalpy than that of the sulfur. Why? The reason, what is the reason behind it? But the reason behind it is this one only, that oxygen is having a smaller size. Oxygen size is small, and when small size is there, when oxygen is having a small size, then what will happen there? See, I'm going to make the structure over there. This is a nucleus, this is 2 electron, and this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 electron. And see, just remember, this is the incoming electron. What is coming over there? This is what? This is incoming electron. Now oxygen is having a small size. Okay, oxygen is having a small size. So there is inter-electronic repulsion. So these electrons, all the electrons will repel each other. And when they will repel each other, the incoming electron hai, this one will also feel repulsion. So addition of electron to the oxygen becomes difficult. Clear? That is why oxygen is having a low electron gain. Enthalpy. Once again I am repeating you, down the group electron gain enthalpy is decreases. It means oxygen should have a maximum electron gain enthalpy, but it is having a less electron gain enthalpy than that of sulfur. Because of its smaller size, there will be inter-electronic repulsion, due to which incoming electron cannot be added into that. Okay, now after that beta, we are having a next point that is very very important, catenation. What is it? Catenation. I think everybody is knowing very well about the catenation. Catenation means usually there is self-linking property. What is there, madam? There is self-linking property. Means element can make bond with itself. Okay, now what they told, that oxygen is also having catenation, but up to limited extent, but sulfur can make catenation up to maximum extent. So what is the reason behind it, madam? Reason I'm going to explain you. You see please. So whenever we are talking about the oxygen, around the oxygen also you see here single bonded oxygen, but I am talking about 6 electron. Here is also 2, 4 and 6 electron. Yes or no? And around the sulfur also, but both side 2, then 4, then 6 electron. Then here also 2, then 4, then 6 electron. Now you see what we are going to do there. But oxygen atom size is small, and these lone pair, these non-shared pair will feel more repulsion, and due to the repulsion, what will happen there? Oxygen single bond length will increase, and when the bond length will increase, then its bond strength becomes weak. Okay, means bond becomes weak. Is that clear to you? But but whenever we are talking about the sulfur, see, this is the sulfur, then what is going to happening over there? Beta ji, sulfur is having a larger size. Sulfur is having a larger size, and due to the larger size, repulsion is there. But repulsions are there, but it's not like that. The oxygen, in the oxygen it was more, but here there is a less repulsion. What is it? There is a less repulsion, and if the less repulsion will be there, then it means sulfur bond length will be shorter. Sulfur bond length will be shorter and bond will be stronger. Is that clear? So that is why sulfur is having a maximum catenation tendency. But after the sulfur, from sulfur to polonium, what is going to happening over there? From sulfur to polonium, usually what we are saying that its catenation tendency decreases, because the reason behind it is this one only, because there is a large increase in the size. What is it? Large increase in the size, and due to that bond strength is going to decrease. Clear? After that, but we are having a next point, that is about the elemental state. What is it? Elemental state. Student, just remember one thing, that oxygen is usually act as a gas, sulfur and the other solids are act as a solid. Have you understood my point? What I told you there, that in the elemental state, what we will study, that oxygen will act as a gas, but the other solids will act as a solid. The reason behind it, as I told you in a group number 15 also, that oxygen is having always small size. What is it? Small size. So that is why there will be the weak van der Waals forces. What is it? Weak van der Waals forces. Am I right? But sulfur, selenium and the others are having a large size. If the large size is there, then magnitude of van der Waals forces is going to increase. Therefore, sulfur and selenium act as a solid because of their strong van der Waals forces. And one thing more I will tell you, but just remember there, sulfur and selenium is usually act as a puckered ring. Means like that. S is like that. I will like that, S8 or SE8. Okay, it usually act like that. And I will show you. We have made these type of diagrams in 10th class also. Okay, I will show you how it is. I hope you're getting my point, what I have done there. Okay, then after that you see, okay, then join there. Okay, then you see at every corner, please see all of you, at every corner, what is there? At every corner, okay, I will make it again. You see, please, once again, see it in a proper way, all of you, please see. Yes, now you see, it's like this, then I have made like this. Okay, then after that we can draw from there like that, from there like that. It's like a crown structure. And see, just remember one thing, that every corner, what is there? Sulfur is there. Okay, total how many sulfur are there? You might be seeing there. Total how many sulfur is there? Here is total 8 sulfur. How many sulfur is here? There is total 8 sulfur are present. Is that clear? This is also called crown shape. Okay, now after that, beta, we are having a next point is here, that is the allotropy. What is it? Next point is here about the allotropy. And whenever we are talking about the allotropy, students, usually what we are saying, that oxygen is having usually 2 allotropes. One is O2 and O3. O3 is known as ozone, and sulfur is usually having yellow orthorhombic form. What is it? Yellow orthorhombic form. And along with that, it is having alpha and beta monoclinic forms. And selenium is usually having 8 allotropic forms. Okay, out of the 8, from the 8, out of which 3 are red monoclinic form, and selenium has only 1 crystalline form. Okay, and polonium is having usually 2 forms. So but a student, these things you have to remember there only. Okay, after that we are having 2 forms of the polonium, that is alpha and beta. Next point is here beta, we are having, that is about the oxidation state. What is it? Oxidation state. But this oxidation state we have already studied in the group number 15 also. Studied or not studied? Yes, in the group number 15 we told कि nitrogen usually show -3 oxidation state, but others are showing positive oxidation state. Here also same way, here we will say oxygen will show usually -2 oxidation state, but the others will shows +2, +4, +6 oxidation state. The reason behind it, this one only, that oxygen is having a small size. What is it? Small size. And along with that, what is it? High electronegativity. And not having any vacant d orbital. What is not having? Not having any vacant d orbital. So that is why oxygen can show only -2 oxidation state. But what happened in the other elements? Other elements like sulfur and the selenium, what is happening there? They will show +2, +4 and +6 oxidation state, because they are having a vacant d orbital. What is it? Vacant d orbital. If we will draw the orbital of the sulfur, what we are going to find out over there? Let it be, there is 3s, then there is 3p, there is 3p, after that there is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, there is 3d. So what is going to happening over there? You please see, all of you, what is going, 3s is containing 2 electron, 3p is containing 4 electron, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here 3d is vacant. What is vacant there? 3d is vacant. What we can do better? There can be a promotion of electron. There can be a promotion of electron. Means electrons can be promoted from 3s to 3d or 3p to 3d. Okay. Now you see, first of all, what we are doing there? Here the sulfur, I am again making 3s. This is again 3p. Then this is again 3d. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, first of all, we will excite the electron from 3p. Then see, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many unpaired is there now? 4 unpaired. That is why oxidation state will be +4. Oxidation state will be +4. But if we will promote one more electron, means one more electron from the sulfur, then what will happen there? Then how many now unpaired electron is there? 6. Okay, so that is why oxidation state will be +6. Is that clear? Is that clear? And when there is only 2 electron unpaired, then it will be +2. It will be +2. So that is why other elements usually showing +2, +4 and the +6 oxidation state. Clear? Oh, yes or no? Now next one is here, but we are having chemical properties. Okay, in the chemical properties, general trend, first of all, usually what we are studying over there, that about the reactivity, what they are telling to us, that reactivity usually decreases when we are moving from oxygen to tellurium. The reason behind it is this one only, beta. As we know very well, non-metal reactivity is usually depending upon electron gain enthalpy, and electron gain enthalpy down the group is always decreases. That is why what we will say, reactivity is decreases from oxygen to tellurium. Now after that we are having main point